Let's adjust this for a little. Let's center that a little bit better. There you go. That should be nice and center. Alright. I'll turn that down a little bit. There's some general background noise. Alright, welcome. We will get to this one in just a bit. Welcome back. I am back from the dead. Whoopee. Yippity yay. Hello. It's been shit, well over a month. But we're back. We're gonna have some fun and relax today. It's our main goal. But typically whenever I go shooting, I always like to clean my firearms. But I like to show you guys the process. That way you can see how to do it. Clean, that is. And also help you relax a little. If at any point you think that the microphone sounds like shit or anything like that, do let me know. We'll be more than fine to read through chat. If I'm quiet for a majority of the time, that's also fine. I'm good. Just let this relax. First, we're gonna start with the Glock, obviously. Empty, as you can tell. No magazine either. So, if there is any use of a magazine whatsoever, I will show that it's specifically empty. But for the most part, we are not going to have any rounds or anything like that. Most of the time, I'm not even going to have a magazine on the table. The only time I'd ever have a magazine on the table is to have bolt hold open or something like that. If it can do bolt hold open without magazine, I'm not going to have it on. For safety reasons, obviously. But with that, let's get started. Safety breathe out of the way. I hope you guys can relax and enjoy. First one is just a simple Glock 42. Pretty small, as you can see. It's a 380 auto, so it is not a 9mm. It is very thin, very small. This one's pretty good if you're a small frame person and you want a good carry pistol, because this one will do the job. I'm not gonna lie. 380 auto. It's not a bad round. It's a little bit lower grainage than something like a 9mm, but it can still do a good job, especially in self-defense scenarios, or if you're just needing something. I think the standard mag is only about like 7 rounds, if I remember correctly. Like 6-7 rounds. It's not that much, but it'll do the job. Takedown process of a Glock, if you don't already know, is pretty simple. First, make sure your sight is forward. First off, when I say this, right, for this step, make sure your fucking gun is empty, your Glock especially, because I cannot tell you how many times I have seen it where someone has tried to disassemble their Glock and they didn't check the chamber and they ended up shooting themselves. So first step, always make sure your gun is empty. No magazine, no round the chamber, no nothing, right? First step is safety. Second off, close your side once you're good. Now this part's a little weird, but I'll try my best to explain while also showing you. You want to pull the slide just a little. I have this here because it helps not only with carry, but also to pull back on it. But you pull back your slide just a little bit, like so. You'll see the trigger kind of like goes back a little bit. That's a good thing. So you'll pull that back just enough. Typically right there is fine. This notch right here that you see, right there, it's on both sides, right? So left and right. You have to pull it down, both sides, so left and right. So as you pull the slide back, you have to push this all the way down on both sides, right? Once you do that, it should lock down in the downward position. Your slide should be a little bit forward out of battery. Then you just want to hold on to it, depress your trigger, and then there you go. You could take it apart. Pretty easy disassembly of a Glock. Now, of course, the reason why I say make sure you clear your firearm absolutely is because of that depressing of the trigger to take it apart. So make sure your firearm is completely empty, no rounds are near you when you're doing this part. Second, spring. Take that off, take your barrel, slide it down, slide it out. Now we can start the cleaning process. Obviously, pretty easy. And how to disassemble that shit. We'll start with something simple. Just some. Push that in. By the way, whenever you're cleaning the firearm as well, make sure you have gloves on, because you do not want these cancer particles getting all up in your fucking grill. You don't want to be cleaning your guns and then immediately after going to eat like fucking McDonald's. Because not only are you fucking licking up like carbon, I think it's carbon monoxide, or it's, no, I don't remember what type of carbon it is, but it's a carbon produced from the gunpowder and everything, so typically don't want to have that, so. Hello, Misha. Welcome, welcome. We're doing an American's least favorite thing, obviously. Because, you know, Americans don't like to clean. However, I do. This is actually quite therapeutic for me. Let's get one of our wipes here. Obviously, we always have to start off with the small stuff, right? Just a nice pistol here to start us off. Ooh, you know what? I want to get back into Airsoft, to be honest. Airsoft is so cool. Like, honestly, I love real firearms and everything, but Airsoft is basically, you get to do that shit without having to worry about, you know, getting charged with, murder. So, it's quite nice. So, I will say that much. I wouldn't advise this. Don't stick your screwdriver down a barrel. Time just to be safe. Go. Wonder if the microphone can pick up all those noises. Can it? Not really. Can't really pick up like the minute noises, which is kind of disappointing. Can I turn my? It's like I may have to just turn my gain and everything off so that you can actually hear the metallic noises. Oh, you love the jeans? Yeah, my parents say I look like a bum when I have all these holes in the jeans, to be honest. I always wear jeans though. love jeans. Maybe one day I will actually try doing a makeup stream. You'll actually see my face. I'll try, you know, trying on makeup again because I want to do that. Like I say, dude, jeans are fucking awesome. And you can't prove me wrong. You can make anyone look good in jeans, right? It's the same thing of like, for example, right, if you were to do, whatchamafallit? I don't know what it is. I'm blanking. Oh yeah, guys with like clown makeup on, or like, not clown makeup, but like, what is it? You know, like, that, like, grunge metal type of makeup? Like, if you look at, I mean, they're not really grunge metal, but, like, Joker, for example, right? Like, they look so damn good. It's fucking, like, if a guy has that on, dude, they are solid. I just realized something. I don't have my multi-stream chat on. How the fuck do I have that back? Well, that's embarrassing. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry I can't see you talking until someone can tell me how to do it. Can I quickly search that up? Because I don't want to leave you guys out of it. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I have to search this up. Well, I don't know how to do it. And I am kind of confused. So. That's embarrassing. I just realized the fucking AC is off and it's going to get really hot in my room. For the time being. Let us... Let's reassemble this shit. But first, let's oil it up. Actually, first, let's brush it. Need to brush it, make sure we're good, you know? The main thing we're brushing for is just to get, like, some extra gunpowder out, just in case we didn't get to wipe it. Deep brush in. Could you tell I haven't been streaming for a month? I could. I fucking suck at this. Alright. Reassembly, pretty fucking easy. Take your barrel. My mic, like, doesn't want to detect that. I'm gonna change that up. I'm gonna make it annoying for all of us. You're gonna hear everything. Let's see, filters. escape. Fuck it. I like the sound of that. There you go. Now we're getting a little bit. All right. Fuck off. So we take this, we push it in, like so. Sure it's good in there. Then you take it. And then you. Oh, I put that in wrong. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Snapped at me. Still good though. It's very heavy. Alright, so that's good. And we let that dry a little. We'll wipe off any excess. And then we will set it aside to finish drying off. And then it'll be good. Alright. Clock's pretty easy, to be honest. I mean, if you're ever cleaning a clock, it'll take you like 10 minutes maybe? Maybe about 20? Well, I do this really quick. I just don't know why it won't show it. It's so sad. No, that's weird. That's good. Chapter boost. Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you. Alright. While I get that set up, we are going to move on to the next one. It legit doesn't want to show me the multi-stream chat, which is stupid. Yeah, it's fine if I could care. Oh shit. Never mind. I figured it out. I am a fucking genius! Alright. Let's bring out the big guns! It's actually not that big. Here is my recent addition to the collection. This is a Galil Ace Gen 2. This one is a 5.56. I hate these people. But that does not matter. What matters is the firearm itself. So, obviously, as you can see, it looks a little unique on the left side. You have your fire selector, fire safe here. So, you also have your side charging handle, which, by the way, this is connected to the bolt. So, this charging handle is a reciprocating charging handle. It will absolutely reciprocate with the bolt. So, don't hold it like this when you're shooting. Try to not hold it like this either, because it might ram into your thumb. Overall, best way to hold it is either C-clamp it. If you have a foregrip, use a foregrip. Whatever, right? Or magwell like this, right? Just try to keep your shit away from this part. It does have the Stanag mag release as well. And it is ambidextrous, so if we flip it around, you'll see on the other side, we have an AK fire selector. So if you want, you can push it down to fire and then up for safe. Which, by the way, this fire selector also operates this fire selector. So if I take it, right, and I push down to put in fire, you'll see that this switches to the fire position as well. And then if I take this part right here, you'll see this part goes up to put it into safe. So, if you like AR controls, right, and you like the thumb selector, you can, of course, just use the thumb selector. If you like AK controls, you can use your finger to put it fire safe. This is also your bolt release. This is really only available on 5.56 models, especially the ones that take the Stanag models. The 7.62x39 variant does not have this little bolt release, which is funny because if you look at the Palmer pistol grip that it comes with, it still has this little cutout here, but it like never actually has the bolt release, which is funny. And of course, you can activate it normally without the magazine. You just take your charging handle, pull it all the way to the rear. And when I mean all the way to the rear, this part does fold down. I'll just grab this a little bit more as well. You just take that, make it all the way back, and then once it's all the way in the rear position, you take this and you push it up. As you can see, it moves up and down. So if you take it, take the charging handle, push it all the way back, push up on that, it'll lock open, right? And then to drop the bolt, you can either charge it back, do it that way, or the coolest way, I recommend kind of keeping your hand up here, because sometimes this can ram into your forearm and it doesn't feel too good. You just take your little button here and you push down on it and it drops it. It's pretty light, so while you're changing mags, you can actually just take your finger. And I don't have very long fingers, I'm short-handed. You just take it and you push it down. I mean, I could show you, for example, how easy it is. So you're changing mags, right? You can even just keep it like that. Keep one hand on it, doesn't matter. You can just close it back like that. So it's pretty simple. Disassembly. Disassembly is pretty much like an AK. If you know how to disassemble an AK, you've disassembled a Galil Ace. Pretty much the same thing. I'm actually not going to use a screwdriver just in case. I'm going to use just a little Allen wrench. It is a little bit more janky than an AK, and let me explain why. I'll actually show you why too. So, obviously, your little piston here is longer than an AK. I'll show you that because I do have to clean the AK as well. But it is longer, so typically you have to push it in, push it really far till it locks itself right there. Then you take this upper dust cover and you have to like, oh my gosh, you really have to like fuck with it. Oh my god, come on. Hold on. Really does not want to go. Just kind of a pain in my ass, but come on. Ah, there it goes. Sorry. Did not mean to hit the microphone. It gets locked pretty hard on there, so. But yeah. So as you can see, top cover's off. It looks like an AK on the inside, right? Which is good for those that are familiar with the AK. But when you're locking it in the position, you're basically pushing that rear piston for the trunnion, or recoil spring, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You're basically pushing it into a divot right there. So when you actually want to lock it where it should be, it's going to look like that. Doesn't look like much changed, but you can see it's actually a little higher now. So like that. So that's how it actually locks it. But when you're disassembling it, you have to push it and then kind of push it down like that so you can actually take the dust cover off. I would not recommend shooting this thing with the dust cover off, by the way. It is not pleasant at all. Then, like an AK, you just take this. You can see little grooves. It's probably hard to see on camera, but you see little grooves. You're basically pushing it out of that locking position and then pulling your recoil spring out. Those are the little grooves I was talking about. You take your bolt, yank it out like an AK. See, it looks like an AK bolt too. So, and then I do like this part. You can actually take your gas piston, like your gas tube, you can take it out very easily. Unlike an AK where you can't really do that. You have to like pull a whole pin, do all that, right? Fucking annoying. There's my dogs. Told you. You know it's a Sniper Vale stream when you can hear my dogs. So let me show you a bit more about the inner mechanisms. The trigger assembly, as you can see, it's very AK. Has the same type of hammer, same coil springs around it, right? And to show you the fire selector, so let me turn on a light so you can see a little better. So if you look right about there, so you see this little thing right here? That's your fire selector. As you can see, it's connected via both sides, right? So if I switch this in the fire, it also switches that as well. That's how it works. It's really not that complicated. It's just a piece of steel that's connected to both. This little doohickey right here that you see, right here, where my little brush is pointing. It's a little hard to see. Right there. That is your pistol grip screw-in, which obviously this pistol grip is actually molded to the whole lower, so it's weird, but but yeah, so pretty much if you know how an AK works, you pretty much know how a Galil works. This part right here is essentially the part that helps to keep dust out. Can I get that wire out of the fucking way? This is just a cover, right? It's not really thick. It's actually quite thin metal. And it's connected. You can see it a little. But pretty much right down in here. It's hard to see, but there's essentially like a wire assembly. It's just a wire that twists around essentially 3 kind of metal pivots, like right here, right here. That's where it really holds on to. So as you can see, if you look very closely, it's hard to see because it's hard to get the headlamp in the right position, but pretty much right here in the middle, this spring kind of just does that. So that's pretty much how it works. So it helps to keep dust out of your action while you're shooting, while you're transporting it, right? So, alright. And by the way, yes, this is fully legal. I have paperwork and everything for it. So, the coding process. Let's get down to it, shall we? Alright. First, we're going to start with our wipes. Actually, I'm going to brush it first, because there is one big issue I have discovered with this firearm. So, typically with this firearm, it doesn't like certain magazines I've discovered. Like, a magazine I will show you... Actually, right now, let me just go ahead and grab it. It's on my AUG really quick, but... So, just to let you know this now, this is an empty magazine, obviously. No rounds whatsoever. It's clear polymer, so... This Galil does not like this magazine at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Because whenever I've used this magazine, it's had problems with it, where it'll try to feed a round in there, and it will absolutely miss the trunnion, and it'll just fucking ram it like into the sides here, causing like a malfunction. And the bullets are fucked. Like, there's no salvaging them. Like, the bullet into the casing is like pinched in. So like, you have your bullet in your casing kind of that space, right? It's like all the way down in there. Like, you cannot salvage that. It is foobarred. So, for some reason, the Galil, I don't know why, it just doesn't like these types of magazines. Which is funny, because I have regular P-mags, which is basically what this is. This one's just, transparent. Couldn't think of the word for a second. But it just doesn't like this one. I don't know why. You can kind of see it. It's a little hard to see, but I wonder if the light can catch the glimmer. You may see a little bit of, like, glimmer in there. That's from the casing and everything getting rammed in there from a malfunction. So we are going to brush that out. Alright, now we got those brass shavings out of there. Let's go ahead and start to blow this shit off. We're giving it a blowjob, baby! Woo! Let's go! Alright. Oh my gosh, that's a little dirty. Let's go ahead and clean that motherfucker off. Where's my duster? I'm gonna start with the bolt head. I'm gonna try to keep the dust cover out of here for a second, because that doesn't really need too much cleaning. I don't want to get that red dot all fucked up. So... Whee! And a little bit for my duster. All right. Let's take our wipe and start wiping this shit down. what's funny to me, especially recently, is how you ever notice like how vitriolic and hateful people have become this year? Like, what the fuck is up with that? I mean, it's just interesting to me. Because, I mean, I understand, like, you know, some people are just despicable human beings and they were never, you know, raised right or anything like that. So, you know, never got to feel, you know, compassion or anything like that. But it's like everyone is just always on social media. And social media, especially, just really likes to show people the, like, hateful side of this world. Which is interesting to me, because I don't know why people gravitate towards that. Like, people always gravitate towards pain and misery. And then they're the same people to go on and complain about never being happy or anything like that. Well, for me, I much rather get joy, and I do get joy, out of making other people happy. I mean, that's what these streams and everything are meant to do. They are meant to, you know, bring people together and come for a relaxing environment away from all the bullshit, right? That's pretty much what I'm doing. And I'd much rather enjoy some people coming in and, you know, tell me their stories so I can learn more about them. That thing. I'm gonna turn this light off because it's really not helping. It's actually making it harder to see. But yeah, I like interacting with people. Because everyone's human, right? And a lot of people just want to have their voices heard. They want to feel like they are, you know, understood. They're with someone. And that's what I like. I like to interact with people. I like to make them feel heard and sound, because I personally have dealt with people exactly like that. I mean, I'm the same way. Most humans, pretty much every human is the same way. They want to be heard. They want to feel like they matter in this world. It's a shame, because that's kind of how we're raised to feel, is to feel like we need to matter in this world. So whenever you're raised, especially at a young age, to feel like you matter in this world, and then you're basically doing nothing, which most of the time is out of your control anyways, you know, it gets people sad, and they start giving up hope. Feel like they're never gonna matter. Well, just remember this, guys. You always matter. Every single one of you matters. Never think that you don't. And while you may not discover today or tomorrow or a week from now that what your true purpose in life is, you will discover it eventually. If you feel like, you know, you want to get thinner or anything like that, you want to look better, it's not a thing that you can achieve in one day. Success is not achieved in a single day. And if it is, it was given to you. 100%. You always have to work hard for your stuff, but here's how I look at it. I look at it as, you know, I work hard for my money. That type of bullshit, right? It's kind of true. You gotta work hard for your money. But don't go about it as, you know, nothing in this world matters or anything like that. Because just remember that other people are going through the same things that you go through. Not exactly the same things, but, you know, generally the same type of stuff. So, go out, call your friends, talk to your parents if you have good relations with them. Right? If you don't, find a friend that you can rely on. Because that is what really matters the most, is finding someone you can rely on. And while it may seem like kind of ironic that here I am fucking around with what people consider a weapon of war, I am a person that respects the arts, not the artist. So firearms are great. I love firearms. But again, I treat them with the respect they deserve. I don't go out there and murder a bunch of people with said firearm, right? But some people may not see it that way. And I understand, right? If you don't like firearms, then you don't like firearms. But you have to understand too, like, if someone's normal, right? Or as close to normal as they can be, then just let them appreciate what they want to appreciate. They aren't harming anyone with it. Just remember, this is a tool. It's the same thing with cars, right? There's so many guys that love cars, and yeah, those kill more people a year than firearms do. So, it's called treat it with respect. It's a tool. Treat tools with respect. They're serious things. So, make sure you do that, guys. And that kind of gets me back into my point I was trying to originally talk about. Treat guns with respect. Treat every tool with respect, right? But it also means treat each other with respect, too. Now, I'm not saying, you know, humans are tools or anything like that. But, you know, treat them seriously. Treat them as if they are one of your own. Because everyone's going through their own stuff. And those that hide it behind money, trust me, they're miserable in their own way. But they're the ones that hide it behind their money, so don't let them fool you. Anyways, let's go ahead and oil this up. I want this to be a message for everyone, right? I love you all. I respect you all. So, that's all I could ask for. Go out there and make a difference. It's a wee bit of oil. Let's use this stuff. This stuff is pretty good. I always like this stuff because it's a little bit more pinpoint, so it's nice. I don't want to oil that one up too much, but we'll still oil it up just a wee bit. Also, story time. So, I was watching Instagram the other day, and I was watching this video, and there was this, like, oh! There was this, girl on there. She had very interesting makeup, and I was like, God damn, that's kind of fucking awesome. I want to do makeup like that. So eventually, I was like, damn, I really do want to do makeup like that. So I tried it for my Halloween party. And everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. It was beautiful. It was big and beautiful. All that. Seriously, like, everyone actually did love it. Will I show you? No. But I was very pleased with the result. It took me about like an hour to do it. But it wasn't the best I could have done either. I feel like definitely I could have done better. So that's eventually what I want to do. I want to do better with it, you know? So. Yes. I will tell you this right now. For all my girls and gals, right? If you want to impress, especially like the goths or the emos or anything like that, you know, the people that everyone's like, oh, I want a goth mommy or anything like that. One, just do makeup. Honestly, I can't even tell you how many girls and guys I've seen that have like a bunch of makeup on. I'm not talking about like ridiculous, you know, Ken doll type of makeup, but they do have some pretty cool makeup. Like if you ever look at Jaiwoka, for example, they have like amazing looking members, but their makeup looks fucking amazing. Eventually I want to learn how to do their type of makeup style. But yes. So then we are going to flip it up. We're going to put our bolt assembly back. Pretty much the same way as an AK. You just kind of jiggle it in, line it up right there. And when I mean line it up, you can see you line this part up with this part, right? You push it in and you rack it back forward. Okay. Make sure that's all the way in the forward position. Take your recoil spring piston thing, push it in all the way. There's a little bit. Oh gosh, damn. Oh, it's fucking hot in my room. My goodness, dude. Is it not fucking going on? That should not be happening. There it goes. Fuck. That fucking hurt. Like, a lot. I don't know if you saw it, but I was trying to push it in, right? And my finger was right here. It pushed in where I needed it to, and then it snapped back right on my ring finger. Or caught the fucking tip of it. And it fucking hurt like a bitch. So, and then the part I hate, the dust cover. Same with an AK dust cover, except this one's a little different. You don't have to like twist, push it in, that type of shit. You basically just have to line up the front part. It's got this little notch in it. You can see it right there. This little notch right here goes into this notch right here. Just push that in, then jiggle it until you can I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. That goes. Or as you hear it clickety clack, you take it. Or as you can see, the thing is not in the right position yet. So you want to hold it down with one hand. Take your charging handle and rack it back. And it'll push it right back into position. There you go. That is how you just assemble, clean, and reassemble your Goyo Ace. Now, if you're going to ask me about the handguard, let me tell you a little interesting story. So, I actually wanted to take off the handguard. I immediately regretted that because the screws I could get off were this screw right here, which is actually connected to this screw right here, and then I have to like lift it so I don't lay it on the red dot. There's a screw right here. It's a little hard to see, but there's a screw right there. It's also connected, which I didn't realize does not actually fucking disassemble your handguard, but actually disassembles this part here, so I'm a little bit stupid on that. And then there's these two screws right here. The dipshit who gave me this rifle screwed these in so fucking tight, I'm not even joking when I say he screwed them in tight, that when I went to unscrew them, I ended up completely shearing the actual bolt of it. So I just can't take these screws out. So I am permanently stuck with this handguard. So yeah. I mean, granted, I still got my foregrip on and my little rails as well. I have one here on the bottom and one here on the side. Which, by the way, for any of you people out there, just know, you do not have to actually take off your handguard to put these on. Essentially, it is really hard to see, so I will try my best to show you with a bright-ass light. Alright, so with the handguards, right, you see that you have these empty spots. Well, if you look really closely, it's a little hard to see, but you can see that there's a little screw that props up right there. There's two of them, right? That's the same for your rails, too. You can actually see them right there at the very bottom. So you basically have to put those in at a vertical position. So like this, right? Then you have to take something like an Allen wrench, a screwdriver, whatever, right? And you have to basically pick and prod through these open spaces, right? Pretty much like this. You have to pick and prod like that to rotate it from this position to this position. And then you take your Allen wrench and you actually screw it while pulling down on it so that it locks it in place, tightens it, boom, you're good to go. People told me that M-Lock is easy to install. It's kind of a pain in the ass to install. Picatinny is actually the easiest to install. A foregrip on or anything like that, because, I mean, granted, Picatinny does make it heavier because you have a single piece of steel with just cutouts in it, compared to this, which is just a single piece of steel with a lot more cutouts into it. So, it makes it a lot lighter. But honestly, it's still kind of a heavier gun. It's not that heavy. I would say probably weighs about maybe 7-8 pounds unloaded. But, and also, yes, this stock does fold. However, the spring here is really, really tight. So I just don't fold it, to be honest, because it is so much work to try and fold it that it is actually quite painful to try and fold it. But anyways, we are done with this bad boy. If you want to get your pictures in or anything like that, you absolutely can. There's the back side of it. Let me actually put it this way for you. There you go. I know my friend is still watching, possibly. So there's the right side of it. And then, take it, flip it, and there you go. Now you have the left side. So, cool gun. By the way, this thing basically has no recoil when shooting, so it is actually a very smooth firing gun. I absolutely love it. Cost me like $1,600, so it's not cheap, but you know what? It is a damn good gun. I love it. Next one. You guys have seen it before, but you will see it again. First, before we actually fully get into this, we have the AUG. The AUG, this is the A3 chassis, so extended mags. So pretty much any mag like this that has this type of cutout in it, you could take. So this is not a bolt release, magazine release, so you can either do it this way, or you could do it the same traditional AUG way of the bottom cap. So let me... Oh shit, dude, it is like actually so fucking hot in my room really quick. Let me get a fan on. Alright. Now that I have a fan on me, and by the way, I'm not joking when I say that either, there is a literal fan on, like, right here. Right off camera, right over here, there's a fan on me. There's also a bug on it, so fuck off. It's one of those fucking stink bugs, dude. I hate those damn things. They're so invasive and they ruin, like, everything. My God, right? Right. So, we are... I love this baby. I love it. If you haven't seen the operating procedures of an AUG, I'd be more than glad to show you. But at the same time, you don't have to sit and watch me go through it again. But pretty much barrel, foregrip, charging handle, mag releases, disassembly pins, fire selector, right? So fire, safe. It's a civilian compliant, so pretty much it does have a heavy trigger pull, but you know, it's a multi-stage trigger, so halfway pull is semi, and then full pull is auto. I'll demonstrate that here soon, but I want to show you that it is absolutely safe. So no magazine, take your bolt. Yes, you can HK slap it too if you really want to. Take it. It's full pop, so as you can see, it's empty. We're actually going to lock it open. It goes. So now it is completely locked open. But yes, you hold it open like an HK, so whenever you're ready, you just can either slap it or you can thumb it. It's very light, so it doesn't take that much pressure at all to get it to go back forward. Alright, disassembly. So first thing you want to do is take the fucking barrel out, which isn't hard at all. You need to keep your foregrip like this, fold it back down to holding position, really just depends. I'd recommend locking your bolt open for this part because it does make taking out the barrel easier. Just push down on this pin here. This pin right here. Just push down on it. All the way down. Oh my God, my hands are oily, so I'm sorry. And then once you push it down, you can actually start to twist it to the left, so clockwise. So you want to turn it clockwise, let go, it'll push it out, and then you can actually just pull your barrel right. So now you have an AUG without a barrel. Kind of looks funky, kind of looks funny. I love it, but so we'll keep that aside real quick. And then what you'll do next is, I recommend doing this just because it makes the next steps a little easier. But take your charging handle, the bolt, and send it back forward. And the reason why I say that is because the next step is to push in this. So typically what you want to do is you want to hold your hand down on it because it has spring pressure. Push that all the way in. Once it's all the way out on the other side, you just let go. That spring pressure will cause it to push itself up. There you go. This is your whole upper receiver. So bolt, pistons, gas piston. So pretty cool system. I love it. And then doesn't have to be. By the way, this is how the trigger works. So So if I put it to fire, see? That's how your trigger works. So the trigger is connected to essentially this, right? That's what your trigger looks like. Just connected to that. Hard to see, but if I shine the headlamp down up in there, it's a little hard to see. Sorry, I can't like get a good angle. I can see it, but I can't. Anyway, so now you're just stuck with this, right? To get your next assembly out, which is actually going to be your hammer trigger assembly, you want to push in on the stock here. That's why the AUG has this divot in the stock, is because this piece of rubber is actually very spongy almost. You want to push it, and then this pin, which is also your backswing, push it in all the way. You can hear it click. I think the fan is blowing directly into the microphone. I am so sorry for that. Let's move the microphone out of the way then, so you don't have to hear that shit. Then, once it's all the way in, as you can see, doesn't have that gap in it, you can actually take the rubber butt plate off. And that's how it connects. Pretty simple. Then, you pull that back into the regular position. You don't have to, but I like it because it makes it easier for the next part. Then you have to push. This is what you're pushing on, by the way. You're pushing on the trigger assembly. You're pushing it down. And then you're just gonna pull all that out. That is your sling pin. That's what keeps it together. And then you get the sound that I find oddly satisfying. I'm not joking when I say this. Like, it sounds oddly satisfying. Just listen. Like, I don't know why, just the, fucking, like, polymer to polymer sound of an AUG. It's so satisfying. I don't know what it is. Probably couldn't even hear it that well in the microphone, and I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's your AUG fully disassembled. Got nothing left. It's probably one of the easier disassemblies. Not gonna lie, so to people that complained about it, go fuck yourself, because it's really not that difficult at all. It's actually incredibly easy. So. Alright, let's go ahead and start cleaning. Can I open up the window for the wall? Is it brighter now? You guys see? It got really fucking bright when I opened up my blinds. Alright. So, again, let's start with piece to piece. So. I'm not gonna do it on the rubber. It's kind of a stupid decision to do it on the rubber. Shoot aside. Got a moment. We're going to take some more wipes. Let's just grab a fucking towel for this shit, to be honest. Let's take all the wipes out, fuck it, I don't really care. Right. Flip it over. You can actually see the black marks from all the fucking powder being expelled from the gas piston. Just riding along the ship. But shit, yeah, just, you know, we'll just get it deep in there, you know? It's gonna... Sometimes you gotta finger blast it, you know? Sometimes you get stuck in you. And this... There it goes. Struggling to get this fucking piece out. You just gotta... Anyway, get in there, you know? Maybe I should grab a towel for this part. I will say, the cleaning of the entire AUG chassis is kind of a fucking huge pain in the ass. Especially if you have bigger hands, this isn't comfortable at all. And if you have smaller hands, it's still not comfortable at all. So... You see why some people just give it a water bath? I'm not going to do that today. Alright. So let's go ahead and take rigger assembly. As you can see, like, pretty much all of it is just polymer with a few metal inserts. Yeah. That's a fun fact about the AUG, is most of it's just polymer. Because the actual bolt assembly, this actually weighs quite a bit. And this is actually extremely light, so having all this in there, yeah. Makes it worth it for it to be mostly polymer. But you can see, like, it's a very heavy fucking trigger. I have to, like, double hand it. I have to thumb it, baby. Double thumb it. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. Now we're just gonna put this little ribbon and sole back in. Push down. Bring that bitch all the way through. No, what? Okay, I think I made a mistake. Hold on, definitely made a mistake. Alright, so let's actually put this in the right way. Stock's back on. Or your trigger's back on, I guess you could say. So it's actually looking a lot cleaner. It's nice. So we will put this aside really quick. We'll move on to our barrel and bolt. So first, let's go ahead and brush off the excess stuff. And out. Look at how fucking dirty that gas piston is. I literally just touched it for a nanosecond. She be dirty! What I'm gonna do? Get on these bad boys. These oil wipes. Been a while since I've used them. Let's go ahead and use it today. I just realized I had a lot of these oil wipes just sitting by. I was like, you know what? I might as well fucking use them because honestly, they weren't doing fucking anything, just sitting over there. Have to be delicate with this process. I do not want to get a bunch of shit in my red dot. Yeah, as you can see, just from me pulling it through, that's all the shit that just came out of it. That was just the first thing. I still need to get through all of this. So, which obviously we're not going to the very tip because then we won't be able to really get it out. We are going to try to get as much to the tip as we can. Fish that through and through. Go ahead and put it through this piston as well. This one doesn't get as dirty, but might as well stick it through, you know? Just to be safe. Wait. No, I've already stuck it through this piston. Oh my god. I'm stupid. It's looking good. It's looking good so far. Little finger blast test. So far so good. Oop. That part still needs a little bit of cleaning. That's why we finger blast it. So I see what part still needs a little bit more work. think it was. Yeah, this part. Actually, use a smaller wipe for this one. Oh, damn it, it's still fucking dirty. Shit. May have to go with the bigger wipe here. I don't like to, but. Yeah, it's looking good. Alright. So now we just gotta blast through our barrel. Get all those carbon emissions out. Alright, now for this part I'm going to use a smaller wipe for this because I don't want to get a shit ton of oil down the barrel, so I'm going to make this tiny. What's right here? Sorry, did not mean to hit the mic. I hope the fan's not being a bothersome thing, because I know when I talk, you can probably hear it, so I hope it's not bothering you too much. Well, it is incredibly hot in my room, so. And just like that. Yeah, look how fucking dirty that thing was. Damn. Motherfucker was dirty. Yee. It's therapeutic, you know? Just like doing this. It's just fun. Nice and calming. Hey, you guys want to do bingo this Friday? Thinking of like what to do again, and I was thinking of doing bingo. I was like, why not? I haven't done bingo in a long time. Let me go ahead and do it. So, oh yes, need to brush this part out. Yeah, this part make sure to brush out on your off because you can actually see there's some powder that gets stuck. Alright, so You absolutely want to make sure you rush it. Alright, Think about this towel. Give it a nice little wipe down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, actually, funny little story. You may notice on this foregrip that black smudge right there that I can't really get off. Yeah, so a funny little story as to how that happened. So I was out at the range with a couple buddies, and I was like, hey, you want to shoot my AUG? Sounds like a weird sentence already, but like, yeah, sure, absolutely, right? I was like, okay, so you can shoot it down like this, right? You don't have to use the foregrip, but I'd recommend it having down. But I was stupid enough to give it to him like this, right? And so, of course, when he started shooting it, it kind of burned a little bit of the tip of the foregrip right about here. I wiped most of it off, but the real problem was the fact that the gas piston right here was shooting that fucking powder right onto the foregrip itself. So that's why there's that black smudge right there, and it's really hard to get off. So that's why whenever I tell people to shoot this thing, I'm like, fold down that fucking foregrip, because you shoot it like this, you're gonna get black smudges all over the foregrip. Which is funny that in Call of Duty Cold War, when you first use the AUG, you shoot it with the foregrip up like this. I'll actually show you how they have it in Call of Duty Cold War. Let's first reassemble this. Take our chassis. Bring your bag over here. Make sure that's in all the way. Take your foregrip. Push it in all the way. Make sure it is in all the way. It's gonna sit like this. See how it is kind of like pushed up? You want to make sure you push it back in. Take your hand and fucking work it. Go to the back. No. Hold on. There you go. That just kind of press that right in there. And boom! Now it's locked in position. And you can charge it, and it'll work. Let me go ahead and actually oil this part up really quick. Because holy shit, that is stiff as fuck. Alright, now that that is nice and lubed up, we want to just take it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Then, of course, the red dot here kind of interferes with it, but you still can. And if I can still do that. It's annoying though. It's the only thing I never liked about the thingamajigger. Yeah, you can lock it open, but it's not very good. Makes you feel powerful when you do it, though. Wipe off all the excess. That's why we brought the towel this time around, is to properly wipe it off. Go. Ugh, my eyes itchy. Go. Wanna take it? Wipe off that excess. Right. We take our barrel sandwich, we want to put it back. I also want to clean up a little, because it is getting a little dirty. Take a chassis, take a barrel, put it in. At an angle, of course. Then, I want to just fucking strong arm it, push it in, push it down. There you go. Now it's locked in place. But yeah, so in Call of Duty Cold War, right? This is how they give you the AUG. Like, minus the red dot and everything, right? This is how you're supposed to use the default AUG. They expect you to shoot it, holding it like this, right? And then it's like, oh, you have to get it to, like, I think it was, like, level fucking 30 or something. It was a high level to get the vertical foregrip with it. It was so ridiculous. It's like, why the fuck does it have to be such a high level for me to just take the foregrip and do that? Are you fucking serious? Wow, dude, I had to level my gun up to level 30 to be able to do this maneuver. You ready to watch this? Watch this, dude. Watch this maneuver. You will be shocked. Holy shit. I definitely needed a whole fucking maneuver for that. I needed to level up so much so I could do that. It's really that fucking easy, dude. You just pull it down, and then you flip it up. And then when you want to flip it back down, you just pull it down. You can literally pull it down with one finger. It's that easy. But yeah, so this doesn't have a bolt hold open. So when you have an empty magazine, just remember it's empty. I haven't loaded it. So an empty mag, right? This bitch could charge it back. As you can see, the charging handle is pretty much all the way back. It's not locked. And then you take it out, take your magazine out, right? Bolt's still open. As you can see, the charging handle is now free. You can push it back. This is how it's gonna look when you actually run out of ammo on the range, right? Bolt will be empty. Your bolt will be back. And you're like, alright, put a new mag in. You want to press the bolt release? Nope, sorry, buddy. That's the magazine release. There is no bolt release, so you have to take it. You have to yank this because it's kind of locked. You have to, like, yank it. It's so awkward to do without shouldering it, because it's just, like, so much pressure you gotta put into it. So you gotta yank it pretty much all the way back. Hit that. You just have to, like, barely push it in, and then your bolt will go forward. That's why I hate the A3 chassis, is because they're kind of whack. That's gonna get oil all over it. That's gonna be nice. There's our AUG done. Now, let us do the let's do the 300 blackout. That's the one we're gonna do. Out of our chair. Press the side. And let's put this on our tablet. Hey guys, you want to see who my favorite VTuber is? I actually have a shirt of her, right? We have Pippin. Yeah, this one, right? Sorry, it's not very good. She's my favorite VTuber. I absolutely love her. Will she ever notice me? Probably not. But one day I would love to collaborate with her. It probably won't happen, but it's a nice thought. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our 300 Blackout. We actually have two AR-15s that we are going to clean today. We have this 300 Blackout and our precision shooter. This one, as you can see by its very large barrel, this one's more of the precision shooter AR-15. This one's actually in 5.56. This one's more for CQB operations. And this one is for 300 Blackout. The cool thing about AR-15s is that they can actually be converted. Not really converted, but you can easily change out the barrel and the bolt to accept 5.56, 223, all that different shit. So, yep. But let's go ahead and start with the takedown. As you can see, for this one, I have a Holosun magnifier combo. This one also takes M-Lock. This is a little handguard cover to help with whenever it starts heating up, so that you don't get that mirage effect, and while you're holding it, it doesn't burn your hands. So, it's very nice. It's also got a linear compensator, or what's called a blast mitigation device. So all the blasts will actually go forward, rather than, to the side. Which, it's going to be hard without pointing the barrel directly at the camera, but as you can see, there's no, actual grooves on the sides, right? So it's basically just bam, all your blast goes forward. So you'll get a huge, sometimes you'll get a huge fireball, other times you won't, it just depends. But yeah, really nice, love it. So let's start the disassembly process. This one's pretty easy. I'm not going to use a fucking screwdriver for this. Round wrench should be more than fine. Should be right on top. I lock it actually. Okay. Oh my gosh. Heh. My glove cut open. You see that shit? Let me actually change it out really quick. I could change both of these out. Hold up. Hold the phone, so take down. I had a second pair of gloves, but where did they go? Let me find them really quick. I'll be back. It shouldn't take me too long. It should only take me maybe a minute or so. There we go. Found them. Like my socks. You don't get feet pics, you get sock pics. Hope you enjoy. Oh my gosh. The process of putting on gloves with small hands is very, very painful and tedious. Especially when your previous gloves kind of made your hands sweat. It's gonna stick very easily. It's not very pleasant actually. Fucking bullshit. Alright, I got one finger down. Still got 4 more to go. It's going to be a very long and tedious process. Just gotta... slowly but surely, we'll get this. Don't worry. Fucking... oh my gosh, damn dude, it's fucking stuck on my fingers. Almost got the pinky. Right, so that's... oh my Jesus fucking H. There you go. 2 more to go. Detroit, there's a patient in surgery. He needs immediate care. Hold on. I'm still fucking with my gloves here. Just give me a second. I'll be right there, sir. Don't you worry. Just tell the patient to hold on. Almost there. Just gotta get this finger. There you go. After a while, we got one glove. Now for the next. One down. Way to go. Gotta. I love putting on surgical gloves. It's my favorite. Fucking bullshit. Where was a fucking shit card that would be a smart idea to make fucking latex gloves so sticky and so small? Because, by the way, these are supposed to be a size bigger than what my actual gloves are. These things are so fucking tight. With fucking. Alright, so I just about got the fucking thumb down. Now I need to get all the fingers. I hate this process. Welcome to the gun cleaning stream. What do? We put on latex gloves that take fucking forever. Oh my god, dude. I am going to... I'm gonna fucking lose my mind! Oh my goodness. Look how much I have to fucking... That's how much I have to stick on, dude. This is a load of crock shit is what it is. Maybe, Katori, maybe you should have just kept the fucking... Fuck! Oh my god. You know what? I should have just kept the fucking left glove on, dude. That's what I should have done. I should have kept the fucking left glove on because holy shit. This is just fucking annoying. Oh, lose my goddamn mind trying to get these fucking gloves back on. I've taken like, what, 11 minutes so far just to stick these damn things on? Holy fucking shit. Like sticking to my goddamn skin. It's like impossible to fucking get it on. Maybe I should have lubed up my hands. That's what I should have done. I should have lubed up my fucking hands for sticking these things on because... Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Can't stick them on. I think he's stuck. Good enough. Hey, this, guys, we're almost done. Almost got the whole fucking glove back on. I will be right back. Give me a minute. This is a fucking disaster. I'm lubing up my hands. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go grab another pair. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so I just decided to grab a whole fucking box of them. Yep, alright, it's good enough. And I'm just gonna use these ones from now on. So, I don't care if they're a little bit flabby, they're a little bit big for my hands. Because I'm getting tired of fucking ripping these ones, so... Okay, we can actually continue back. The regularly scheduled program. Okay. Nice gracious, man, that was awful. I spent nearly 15 fucking minutes just putting on new gloves because the fucking middle finger had slightly ripped. And I don't want to get a bunch of shit all over my hands, so I had to fix it. And now look at us, guys. We're back. We're back and better than ever. Okay, we're not better than ever. Who am I kidding? I'm not even better than myself. Alright, let's actually continue with where we're at. Sorry for the two different hands. We're just gonna have to deal with it. So, anyways, take that pin, push it all the way through, but all the way out, which it is. It's good. Next, secondary pin. Push that all the way out. Pull it all the way out. Yep. Take that. There you go. Some clan. Alright, let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. War! I don't even have my headlamp anymore, so sorry. Alright. Let's take out our Sergeant Handle bolt. There you go. Turn it into bulk. Bit a bit. Then, do I really want to take out the buffer tube spring assembly? Not really. I think it'll be fine with it just still in there. I'll give it a push. Okay, maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe. Let's start with what we have first, and then move on that way. So first we're going to start by just simply doing this a little. She bouncy. She bouncy on that forward assist. But... I like the way it jiggles. I fucking love the way it jiggles. Put that aside real quick. Alright, it's gonna get all nice and groovy. Just got a finger, you know? Just gonna fucking dig your finger in me. This is what the ladies love. Just kidding. I actually don't know what the ladies love. I know what men love. They love that. Men love me. Girls hate me. Because they all think I'm just fucking gay. Which I kind of am, so... Damn, look at that! Right now in a fucking back circle. Look how dirty that bitch is. Also, by the way, I want to show you guys something after I get done wiping this out really quick. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. I didn't need that anyways. Would you? I didn't fucking need that. Well, I let that sit for a little bit. Let me show you something, because I think you'll like it. So, I actually got these the other day, because it was my birthday, but my sister sent me these, right? So we got these little Lego sets. We got this Japanese Baozi shop. So, it's got about 1,155 pieces, so we're gonna build this on stream. I'm actually excited to show you guys and have you join me with it. Then, The other one we got was this one. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, does she just get me one of those, fucking, like, build it yourself, good luck type of shit? Right? Like, here's a bunch of blocks, good luck. But no, it actually does have its own little thing. So, with this one as well. So, we're actually going to build this as well. And I'm actually quite excited to build this shit. Like, we're gonna build this together. So, we have quite a schedule ahead of us. So, be ready for this. Probably gonna do it Friday. And then I will see if I can actually do a bingo on Saturday. So, we'll see what we can do with that. For the time being, let's finish this. Now that it has sat for a little bit, let's go ahead and wipe off the excess. All that shit on the outside. Because, by the way, all that shit on the outside you really don't need. And you kind of don't want either, because it can actually fuck up your gun a little bit if it starts to dry on the outside. And it won't, like, permanently fuck it up type of thing, but you will notice that the Cerakote, the paint job, does kind of get a little bit, like, lighter. It gets more washed out. So, if you want your gun to still look good, I'd recommend just wiping off the excess on the outside. The inside's fine because, let's be honest, no one's really going to look on the inside to determine if your shit looks, you know, washed out or not. But you can also tell I've shot this a lot because this little shell deflector right here, it's got that nice golden mark. That's a clear sign that this has been shot well enough. So if you see a AR-15 with a shell deflector and it doesn't have this mark on it, the brass marks, then it hasn't been shot much, if at all. So once you see this one, this mark here, this mark, that's how you know it's been shot quite a bit. So, alright. Now, reassembly. Reassembly is actually not hard at all. Again, AR-15 is basically one of the most simplistic ones, so... Oh, we need to clean that off. Almost forgot. I'm not going to reassemble it yet. Need to clean all this shit off. Let's go ahead and actually get a little bit of that in there. Yeah, how fucking dirty that hammer is, dude. I barely wiped my finger across that. That's how dirty it is. My goodness. I love it, you know? Alright, finger swipe test. Finger swipe test determines that is clean. Yep. Good. Finger swipe test is good. Any of that excess drain. We need to clean out our mag well at all. Not really, but I'm still going to put some shit down in there just to make sure it's good. Yeah, it's not too dirty. I'll still gain a little bit of grime off there. Alright. Reassembly. Not that hard. First step is to kind of push this part right there. That around. That in the forward position. Set that right there. Then you push the two together. And there you go. If you ever have problems sticking your charging handle back on with your bolt, pretty easy solution. The steps that I like to follow: when you're taking it out, bolt out, then bolt, charging handle. And then when you're putting it back together, opposite, right? Charging handle, bolt, push them back together. And just to show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So, your bolt has this position, the lock position, and the unlock position, right? So, pretty much whenever you were trying to push it back and you were getting stuck, make sure that's actually in the correct position. So it should be pretty much riding underneath this gas piston. Or the gas block, essentially. So if it's like this, angled to the side, make sure it's straight and proper. Then, take your charging handle, and on your receiver, you pretty much have this little end cut here, and you'll notice right about here, there's a little bit of a groove. You can kind of see it there. Pretty much you're going to take your charging handle, and you want to push it until it lines up with that groove, push it down, and then slightly push it in. Don't push it in too much, right? Push it back on the side, right? Take your bolt, again, make sure it's in that forward position. Ride it along this empty part, this empty groove, and the charging handle until you get it about the same position. So as you get it to about the same position, which it should be lined up at this point, then you want to just push them both back together. Make sure you give them some good left taps, you know. Make sure they're both in there good and solid. You'll know it's in there once this is basically flushed against this, and this charging handle is in the regular position. And there you go. In case you are going into the military and they still have you working on AR-15 platforms like the M16 or anything, good to know that. I know they're phasing it out for the M7. I don't have a SIG spear or anything like that. I don't think I'm gonna own one for a while. But yeah, so assembly. Make sure your pins both all the way back, so your spacing should be cleared between the two. So you can see. Start with your front pin first. It's my best advice. Because when you start with your front pin first, you can get it on there, pivot till it hits the back. Now, when you put it in, it's probably going to look something like this, where it's not going to be fully aligned. Just push it forward. Hold it there with your palm, your thumb pressing into it. Push your front pin first, right? Just in case. Should keep it there. And then your back pin, push it through. Now mine's a little bit sticky, but if it ever sticks on you, just flip it around and then push it really hard with your thumb, or take a hammer or rubber mallet and just kind of fucking bang it back in. And there you go. Now it's good. So, let's cover. Let's do a quick check just to make sure. Should be able to charge all the way back. Yep. And the port opens. Back forward. Nice. It works. Works flawlessly. I didn't fuck it up. So, yay. We didn't fuck it up, guys. Look at that. We're great. Swipe the outside just to make sure it's all good and clean. Already lubed it up. What I will actually do is I'll put a little bit extra lube on this one, just because it did kind of feel a little bit sticky on the charging handles, so... Let's go ahead and lube it up. Just remember, guys, you can never have enough lube. That applies to both firearms, utility tools, toys. Now, let's see about charging it again. Put a little bit extra on that charging handle, you know? Because why not? Who says you can't get creative? Well. That's such a stupid idea. Hey, let's fucking move up the charging handle. There you go. Yeah, check the whole table. I actually feel pretty lubed up. I'm gonna leave it alone now. In case I fuck it up even more. Yay, 300 blackout. My home defense weapon. Now, I actually load this one with subsonics. Open tip subsonics. So in case I need to actually use it for home defense, it's all set. Anyways, so we're done with this AR-15. Let us move. 1, 2. My second baby. The AK. This one's a little bit long, as you could tell. It actually extends quite a bit off. We are going to disassemble this one as much as we can. We are not going to take this handguard off because I literally cannot. I may have rammed it so far in there that it just actually can't come out. So what we are going to do instead is just clean what we can. Alright. Let's begin. First step, let's make sure it's empty. See anything? Nope. Cool. Means it's empty. So, we do need to have it in the fire position because for some reason it just doesn't like it when it's in the safe position. Same thing with the Galil. Push in, take off. There's your dust cover. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't really need to clean that, as you can tell. I'll have my finger in there. It's not even dirty. Push the coil spring. In and out. Break your bolt out. There you go. Disassembled. Yeah. We're actually going to take this muzzle device off too. And I will show you how to do that. So, we're actually going to take a very, very small Allen wrench. We'll probably use... I think this one should be fine. It's like not too big. It's just right. So, notice on this AK, it's a little hard to see, but I'm gonna have to get as close to the camera as I can. There's this little pin right here. That is holding on this muzzle device. So, how you do this is you have to push in. This is actually going to be pretty hard to do while I'm sitting, so I may have to stand up. You have to push in to that little piece right there, and then you can start twisting it. It will try to push itself back up to lock back into position, so you will have to push enough till eventually you don't have to hold it down anymore. And there you go. And just twist that all the way off. So, that's what an AK looks like without its muzzle device. That's how big the muzzle device is. So this can actually... I thought, at first, this could have a suppressor attached to it. Nope. This cannot. This is just a compensated break. muzzle brake. So it looks like it has the walking lugs for a suppressor. No, it doesn't. These are just kind of for show, really. Because I tried looking up and like, can this have a suppressor? Nope, it can't. Another important thing to know about this as well is that AKs especially have different threads. So you can have an AK like this one that has a left-handed thread, and then there's other AKs that have a right-handed thread. So remember that, because that is actually important to remember. Because if you get a right-handed thread for a left-handed thread AK, then you just can't even put the muzzle device on. It will not thread on. So that is a important thing to remember with AKs especially. So now granted, there are a lot newer AKs that don't have that problem. They're basically all, I think, right-hand threaded. But AKMs and anything like old-fashioned style like this one, it's going to have different types. Especially depending on the manufacturer. Like this one was manufactured Pioneer Arms, based out in Poland, so just remember that. Alright. So let's get to working, shall we? God, this towel just keeps... Look at how dirty this towel is. It started off clean and white, by the way. This is how fucking dirty this bitch is. See, a dirty bitch! But yes, we do actually have to clean our muzzle device out too, because it does get very dirty very fast. I will actually show you what I'm talking about, especially if we do the Finger Blast 5000. Oh. See? It's getting dirty, so gonna have to clean it out. Yeah, I like it. I like it when you get dirty. Alright. Now we take our little wipes. We have to take our little wipes and we have to wipe it down, you know how it is. I'm not gonna stick this all the way down, but I'm going to stick it down far enough so I can pull it out, you know? Dirty girl! Let's take a full wipe this time. That way we have plenty of clearance to pull out. So we can stick it all the way. Yep. Yeah, just stick it all the way down in there, you know. Dirty girl. And we pull it all the way out, just like a tampon, you know? Let's give it one more push down in there. Damn. Came out dirty on both ends. Also, one thing I want to say as well, I don't really get whole. I don't really like getting into politics because honestly, it divides people more often than not. But you know, I was curious, like, why so many people didn't want Mamdani to be New York City mayor. And I was like, you know, you vote for who you want or who you think should be mayor, right? It's completely up to you. But, like, why not look into the person you're voting for to see what they've done in their life, what policies they actually stand by, and other shit like that. Instead of being like, oh, he's Muslim, or he's a different race, or yada yada. I think I saw a lot of people talking about, like, Mamdani was a Muslim, and that's gonna, like, somehow ruin New York City. I'm like, how? Like, I doubt that one Muslim can somehow change the entire course of, like, a state to, like, oh yes, must all bow down to me type of bullshit. Like, oh, he's a different religion, he's going to cripple us or some shit. Or he's a different race or whatever, right? I feel like people just don't want to look into other people's backgrounds to see if they are a good person or not. I mean, that seems to be the case with especially a lot of presidents that we've elected. I think as long as I've been alive on this earth, I mean, what, I was like reborn back in like 2000. And I have only seen turmoil. Like, I have not seen a whole lot of good shit. I think, like, you know what, a guy like Obama, at least he tried. At least he tried to do good shit. But, like, I mean, like, God, I don't even want to say his name. But our current president that was president back in 2016, like, he really didn't do shit. He kind of just made things a little bit worse. And then when COVID hit, you know, he introduced that whole, like, relief package and everything. Which I can understand, right? But then Biden took over and, like, what I have come to realize, especially in the world of politics, is we really need to stop putting jaded old people into power. Because most of them don't give a shit about the younglings. They don't really care about you too much. I mean, they're too busy worrying about their own MRI scans and, you know, doctor visits and everything like that. Like, brother, just fucking... Can we stop putting fucking boomers into, like, powerful positions? That'd be much appreciated. Like, I legit think that, like, there needs to be a age restriction on those types of jobs. Like, if you have Grandpa Betty coming in with his fucking wheelchair, and he's like, I don't like these people, we should nuke them. We should use the bombs to show them that we made more power. Or you have, like, your Secretary of Health being like, I think that the Tylenol is causing autism. Actually, no, I don't think it's the Tylenol. No, I think it's uncircumcised. I think it's the circumcised penises of little boys is causing autism. Like, you have one fucking jaded old man who's focused on autism for some reason. I mean, like, if you really think about it, autism is not that bad. It's not that bad of a thing at all. Like, is your kid gonna behave a little differently? Yeah, I guess, but... like, who the fuck cares? Let your kid be obsessed with dinosaurs and fucking motorcycles and other shit like that. But guess what? They'll probably go get a fucking career in that and make good cars and shit. Because they're autistic. They're so fucking hyper-focused on, like, cars and shit. And then you have, like, people who are autistic and, like, make super good makeup. Like, who cares about fucking autism? I don't think it fucking matters. And he's just focused on stuff so he can say he's focused on it. Like, bruh, no one cares. It's, like, not as serious as you think it is. But, whatever. I mean, like, all we have is a bunch of jaded old dudes in fucking power positions. And then the ones that are younger seem to just be kissing ass the entire time. So, my fucking god, dude. Just stop. You can be your own individual. You don't have to be fucking stupid. But no, like, especially, like... and then everyone... I've noticed this a lot. Okay, so... I'm gonna rant a little bit, and... I don't mean any ill will towards any specific person, but... people that sit there and they complain about their current leadership. Now, this isn't for the military, right? The military's different. There's a chain of command with the military, right? But for, like, your state, mayor, governor, whatever, right? If you don't like it, go out and do something. Maybe go out and vote. If you just sit there on social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you just talk, nothing's really going to get done. Actions speak louder than words. And that applies to literally anything in life. You can say, I love you to your significant other, right? Whether it be a guy, girl, right? You could say I love you. And, you know, you'll get a little bit of a fluster for about, like, a minute or so. And then the feeling goes away. If you actually give them a letter, you give them some flowers, or if they don't like flowers, just give them whatever they want, right? Give them something small. Give them a fucking burger. Give them, I don't know, give them some prosciutto. Maybe give them some spaghetti. A fettuccine. You know, give them something, right? Doesn't matter what. Just give them something. And then you'll see, like, they hold on to that shit for more than just the words of I love you. Because those actions speak louder than words. If you want to go and change leadership because you're like, I don't like this guy, go out and do something. Because most Americans especially have the power to do that. Other people don't. So, instead of sitting there just being lazy all the fucking time and being like, I don't like this guy, I'm gonna complain about it. Just go fucking do something. Like, you can still do something. You have that power. You may feel powerless, but trust me. It's like an Ant's Life, right? Does anyone remember that movie? Like, an Ant's Life is pretty much all about that shit, right? The power of the many outweigh the power of the powerful. It's an illusion game. Now, I'm not saying, like, overthrow anyone, right? Because, especially in America, you really don't have to, like, raise up arms to overthrow your government. You don't have to do that. You can still go out, vote, do all that. You still have the power. Of course, make sure they're through legal channels, and make sure those channels are also doing things legally. If they aren't, call them out for it, show evidence, take them to court. There's so many different things that we can do as a people to change things. Now, you may be thinking I'm stupid and ignorant because, you know, we've tried that already, yada yada yada, and that's true. But that is for other people to decide, and not me. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm not here to tell you any of that shit. What I'm here to do is I'm here to entertain. I am here to provide some semblance of happiness in a world filled with bullshit. Because believe it or not, this world fucking sucks. I don't know if you notice, but we are not at a good point in our lives. Like, at all. It is a terrible, terrible time. There's so many homeless Americans. There's so many Americans that have to live with their parents. Because, believe it or not, they can't fucking afford basic living. I think last time I checked, the average cost, like, so let's say you made minimum wage, right? What would minimum wage have to be for you to be able to afford your own house, own groceries, and everything? Someone did the math, and last time I checked, it was like you need to be making close to $66 an hour just to be able to live on your own. Most fucking places don't even pay that much. Like, most places barely pay above like $30 an hour. But the fact that you would need minimum wage to be raised up to $66 an hour, just so someone could live independently, is fucking ridiculous. So, remember that. Think about that. Because yes, it is stupid that the common person cannot live independently. They have to live with a significant other. They have to live with their parents and other shit like that. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. And then people are like, oh, get a job, right? Believe it or not, most people spend a lot of time trying to get a job, or they're looking for a job, or something like that. And they have to get multiple jobs. Because, holy shit, it is so much to be able to afford basic living. So, overall, life sucks. Alright? Especially as an American, life sucks. We are a laughingstock, let's be real. I think pretty much every single European I've talked to is like, hey, I feel bad for you. Right? Like, there was a time in our world, a time in our lives, right, when people wanted to come to America because it was supposed to be a great place to live. It was supposed to be a land of opportunities or anything like that. Well, if you're poor and you come to America, you're still going to be poor. You're just going to have a harder time. Because unless you are given an opportunity or some shit, working for an opportunity does not always pay off. Now, I know earlier I said you gotta work for your money, but in America especially, it is significantly harder to work for your money. So, there's a reason why America is among, like, the list of countries for, like, unhappiest countries, or I think we're like lowest in the happiest countries in the world. Like, by the polls and everything, we are just fucking miserable over here. I can't say I blame them either, because yes, most people will be miserable living in America. So yeah. Just remember, guys, I am here for you. Alright? If you ever want to find someone to talk with, I would be more than happy to talk with you. Because, and even if you just want to sit in silence, stalk me, or anything like that, I still detect your presence. And, you know, as long as you feel like you're heard, then that's what matters to me. Is that you feel like you're heard, and that you can feel like you have some comfort in this world. Also, you may have noticed, from my last stream, I actually put my regular stock back on for my AK. I have to move it because it's super low. But yes, so my regular stock, it's back on! Because the length of pull that the Magpul stocks give you is like so fucking long. That's actually uncomfortable to hold it, so I just put the regular stock back on because it just feels better anyways, and yeah. I also put the flashlight, so I actually do have a flashlight on it. So yeah. Cool AK build. I love it. I am actually amazed that, you know, this sticker especially has held up as long as it did. I am going to have to take this one off because eventually I am going to install a rail system on these divots right here. So I can actually have a rail system above the dust cover so I can actually put a scope on. So this sticker will have to come off soon. Which is a shame, but you know what? At least we still got the cool one, so. But anyways, let's go ahead and put this back together. What? Let's start with our muzzle device, since this one's going to be the most annoying one. So, by the way, in case you're wondering if you could tell if it's a left-hand thread or a right-hand thread, you know, typically you do the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So, if you do it lefty-loosey and it's tightening it, that's how you know you have a left-handed thread pitch. It's the other way around if you're doing it the other way. So. There it goes. There you go. Tight! You always want that to be tight because obviously that's where the fucking boom happens. So if your boom happens, you typically don't want your muzzle to go flying off with it. That's very, very bad. Oh shit, I need to wipe off the excess here. Some shit. Yep. Wipe that shit out. Put that shit in there. Oh wait, that's an oil wipe. What the fuck am I doing? I have to take a fucking towel. Put that shit off. Yeah, we don't want the outside oiled up. So now, that's good. Let's actually do this. Let's spray a little bit more. Barrel. Down our gas too. Just to make sure, you know, can't ever hurt. Alright, this one we could take an oil wipe too. Let's see. Stick it. There we go. Now we stick our shit back together. I love this part. Actually, I fucking hate this part. The reassembly of an AK is actually pretty easy. Realign just like that Gulio. Push that back in. Lock it in place. Take a recoil spring. Push that bad boy back in there. Push. Down. Line up. There it goes. And now, the part I hate the most. This dreadful dust cover. You will see what I mean when I actually have to put it on. Let's stick it the right way. So you can see the pain. So you have to like take it, put it at an angle like this. Then you have to push in really tight, push down, and there you go. Now, I gotta do a check with it. Still empty, no magazine. Good. Alright. Work boss way. Can I still do the bolt holder thing? Of course I can. Just hold it right there. I love this part. I love how I could do this with this AK. I could just push it forward whenever I'm ready. It's a nice system. But yes, so there you go. Our AK is clean. Now we take this bad boy down. And grab next one. Obviously this one's going to be quicker because, simply put, it's the precision shooter. The Rock River Arms AR-15. Alright. Let us begin. Oh shit! Shit! My towel! Alright, let's get started. This one, especially yesterday when I was shooting it, had a lot of rounds put through it, so I think this one's been clean for a very long time, actually, thinking about it now. As you can see, whenever I take the charging handle out and the bolt comes out at the same time, grab your bolt, take it out, take your charging handle, flip it down, take it out. Alright, let's begin. Oh, this one's hella dirty. This one I actually might need to take the buffer tube off, so... Ah. There it goes. Fucking hell. This buffer tube, dude, you have to like pull like so far down to take the damn stock off. Do I have a wrench? Question. See if I have an answer. Probably won't fit, but I could try. See if my fucking wrench fits. Probably won't though. Nope, it's not fit. It's gonna be it though. Oh shit. I'm probably not actually gonna fuck with that, because inspecting it closer, I could tell that I'm pretty sure it was my brother who was the last person to try and stick this on. But dude, look at that shit, dude. Look at what he fucking did. Look at that shit, dude. He just completely, like, fucking seared some of the threads. Like, holy shit. That is, like, actually seared. Because I was looking at it, like, from this spot right here. I was like, that looks not good. Like, that little part right there. I was like, that doesn't look good. And I'm looking at the bottom and the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, that is really not good. So... I am not actually going to remove the buffer tube for this one, so we are just going to put this back on. Goes. Such a fucking hassle. I hate that I have to do it like off camera because it's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, we're gonna keep that on because I do not feel like absolutely shearing the fuck out of those anymore. So we're gonna keep them as is, but we're just gonna clean everything else. That's what I both do. Yeah, that's a beauty. Going piece by piece. So let's start with this lower. Do I have my other brush? Should. Yes, there it is. My other brush. Hey, my phone just got a text. The fuck texting me right now? Oh, don't care about that. Wasn't text, just an email. Gonna wait. Fuck. Thought I had a much better hold on that than I actually did. But yeah, I would love to stream tomorrow for you guys, but I will be gone tomorrow because I'm going to be doing some bouldering tomorrow. So I will be out climbing pretty much all day. No, I can't stream it because it's out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere where there's like no internet, so yeah. So I'm gonna be gone pretty much all day tomorrow, so I won't be able to stream. But on Friday we will try to do that Lego set, and then we will see about doing bingo on Saturday. Let's actually wipe off the excess for this part. What I will do, make a video for you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. Won't be anything long, it'll be something a little bit on the shorter end, but it's gonna be something so that you guys have something to watch back in the event you feel sad in life or anything like that, so. We gotta fucking. There you go. Let's put this aside. There's this end here. And we will clean the rest of this. Whee! God damn, look at how much fucking grime I just got out of that charging handle, dude. That's a lot. That's dirtier than a fucking back alley hooker in Chicago. Swipe this shit off. That's what we actually need a gun for. Just to get that plate on. We'll actually roll this one up just a wee bit. Why not oil everything up? Oil it all up, you know? Just fucking... Yeah, get it like this. You gotta fucking, like... You gotta two-hand it, you know? Just so you get every single ounce. See, look at that. Already got that shit off of there. That's why you gotta two-hand it. So you get all that shit out of there. Sometimes you gotta really stick your finger in there, too. If you ever have doubts or issues with your fingers at all, start cleaning your firearms. Your finger game will get a lot better, so that you can actually like stick your fingers down in those holes, right? You can work all those angles, so then you can get the dirty shit out. Well, sometimes you may need some assistance. You gotta stick some shit in there and you gotta like move it. Bam, look at that. All fingers, no tools. Look at all that shit that came up. You can do it, fellas. You can do it, ladies, too. Just gotta improve. Always work to improve. That's what I say. Whee. Work that. Yeah, work that bad boy. Work that bad bitch. Cool. Alright. Now we take our upper, make sure it's drained out completely from all that shit in there. Take our wipe. Make sure we actually wipe down in there. Oh no, why? Ah! Oh no, we don't want that on there. Wipe off all that shit. We do not want that onto our fucking scope. So let's go back to wiping the inside. Fucking stick it in, baby. Stick it in deep. Get that shit in there. Yeah. Get that in there. Should have read it deep in there. Where's a fucking screwdriver? I'm screwed in there too. Right up there. Next some crannies, you know? Yeah, look how dirty that motherfucker is. It's not coming out as dark on camera, but it is definitely fucking dark. It's dirty. Where's my... What the fuck is my brush shit? Alright. Start putting shit back in. Probably help if I put it the right fucking way. Be me, be slightly stupid. Keep that bitch back in there. Show it to its boss. You didn't fucking make me dinner by 7 o'clock. You can't do anything good that I asked of you. That was part of the room. Where's my oil? I gotta lube up. In there. Yeah, just gonna get it all. So, like, charging handle too. Let's stick that bitch back on there. Let's get it back on there, you know? Oh fuck, my pins are back down. Fucking stick it back in there. Oh my god. Becky, you stupid bitch. Just back in there. Oh my fucking god. Damn. Stupid asshole. Fuck. Shit. Alright. Luckily, this one has a grip bipod, so I can actually just keep it on the table. Hold it back. Lube it up, you know? Lube it up good, then we press that button and then boom! We back in business. All lubed up. All clean, all lubed up. Look at that. Look at that beauty, dude. Alright, that's the last one we have to clean today. That's the only ones I've been able to. Let's put these to the side now. Whew. My goodness, what a day. What a day of cleaning, huh? So, by the way, in case you're curious, I actually do have to go back over this a little, just to wipe it off. Whenever you don't wipe off the excess shit on the outside, see how it looks a little bit washed out on the top? Yeah, we don't want that, so you kind of want to wipe that excess shit off. It doesn't permanently ruin the Cerakote or paint job or anything like that. You just want to make sure it's actually like wiped off so that you get your original Cerakote back. See how snappy this one is. Anyways, I need to walk it back. Now, put that aside. And we say our final dues. As that is the end for today. As you can see, we have made quite a mess. This is literally my entire mess for the days. That's all the shit that we made dirty today. And including this towel. This towel is actually very, very dirty. But, oh wells. Anyway, so let me actually talk with you guys one-on-one before we head out. I like to do these with every stream. But, let me give you some words of wisdom for you guys. Now, throughout today, you've seen me clean guns, right? That's fine. But, do I advocate the use of firearms or anything like that? No. If you want to use them, use them. If you don't want to use them, don't use them, right? Each person to their own. But if you are going to use them, please treat them with the respect they deserve. Please learn the rules of gun safety and everything like that. If you plan on harming other people with them, probably don't buy it. But I will tell you this, right? I'm actually going to turn the music off for this because I want you guys to be able to hear me one-on-one without you guys having to worry about any of the background noise too. I'm actually going to turn my fan off too. But oh my god, I have to like clean my fucking monitor off. Some of that oil got on the monitor. That's embarrassing. But I will tell you this, right? When it comes down to it, in life, you're always gonna have bad things happen. You're gonna feel like you're alone. That's perfectly understandable. Because, I mean, you're not always gonna have someone around you every single waking moment of your life. You are gonna be alone. But always, if you ever feel alone, give someone a call. Give your mom, your dad, your friend, your significant other a call, right? Maybe talk with them. Ask them how they're doing, because maybe they might be having a bad day or they're feeling lonely themselves. Give them a call. Figure that shit out. Because in true reality, every person is human. And even those that can't feel anything or anything like that, it'll still, you know, give them some semblance of connection to where, you know, they won't take off on you. Or maybe they will, who knows. But just know that you matter. Excuse the dogs. But just remember that you matter. Every person in this world matters, except for those jaded old people that, I mean, even just normal people that want to use you and abuse you for monetary gain or anything like that. Fuck them. You don't have to be around them. If you have an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend, fucking leave them. They're being toxic to you. You don't have to be around that. There's always going to be someone in this world that truly cares for you. They may be a lot closer than you think. They may be someone you talk to almost every day. They may be someone you actually talk to every day, a close friend that you consider just a friend. Maybe there might be more. If you just open up. But make sure that you actually go out and you try to make connections with people. Especially those that may be having a bad day or anything like that. Treat them like a friend. Don't treat them with hostility. Don't treat them as, you know, someone stupid or anything like that. Especially when it comes to political parties, political ideals, anything like that, right? Don't go in there telling them they're wrong, they're stupid, or anything like that. Because, yes, they may be wrong. But if you just straight up tell them they're wrong or they're stupid, they're not ever going to listen to you. You have to actually show them that their stigmatism is wrong. Their stereotypes that they have for that person are wrong. I mean, if Martin Luther King Jr. could do that shit way back then, we can still do it today. We need to stop dividing people. We need to stop putting black and white. We need to stop with Christians, Muslims, all that shit, right? Dividing people based off of their religion, their gender, their race, their sexual preference, anything like that. Stop dividing them. Now, granted, if you make that your entire personality, like, hey, I'm gay. That's my entire personality. Yeah, people don't like that because it's not really all that interesting. People want to see you for you. They want to see what you can do as a person. If you don't really exemplify that, or you don't really show that, then they don't care. Be a human. Just treat other people with respect. If you don't have a personality, that's fine, right? Just get to talking with them. You'll find a personality. So, I'll leave you off with this. Life is worth living, even if it seems like it's not. Don't divide. Come together. That's how you make a difference. When you constantly divide, eventually you get to such a division that it's just such... It's bullshit. You can only divide so many times until it's like, okay, well now we're so divided that what the fuck are we gonna do now? I guess we're just gonna kill each other. You don't want that shit. And also, I want to say this too. I feel like, and this is a crazy idea, right? I feel like people in power need to have traditional duels. Except, instead of making it with musket balls and you do the, back-to-back, turn around, shoot thing, why don't we do it where it's like fucking Counter-Strike or Guilty Gear Strive? Like, make it a first-person shooter, fighting game, something like that, right? Or, load up Modern Warfare 2, Intervention, 1v1 on Rust, right? Whoever wins the competition gets their side of the bargain dealt with, right? That way you don't have to, like, fucking have nuclear bombs. You don't have to have a bunch of people going out to fucking kill a bunch of other people that, honestly, if they, like, it's kind of sad because, especially with wars, you have this idea of, hey, this guy's our enemy, let's kill him. But what's sad is that those people, those very same people that you go out and kill or anything like that, they could be your brother. They could be your sister. They could be your best friend. Who knows? You don't fucking know that. If you just sit there and you talk with them, you'll be like, yo, man, you're actually kind of cool. Like, who needs to do this? Who needs to do all this shit? But these people in power will just keep sending other people to die for them. For something that could honestly be solved pretty easily by just sitting down and talking with people, or having a traditional game 1v1. I feel like that would be the best way to get rid of that type of shit. But, I know it's never gonna change. It's never gonna happen, but, it's good to be hopeful. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. I hope you guys enjoyed today. Be good to each other. As always, I will say that every stream, at the end, I will always say be good to each other, because that's what you should do. Be good to each other. I will stream again on Friday. Today's Wednesday. I'll stream again on Friday. That way, what we'll do for Friday... Let me actually get this shit out of the way. What we will do for Friday is... Oh my goodness gracious. My table's oiled up! We're actually gonna start... We're gonna start building this shit. On Friday, we're gonna do this, and then, Saturday, we're gonna see about doing some bingo. Let's see what we can do. Anyways, I will catch you all later. Alright, you guys have a good one.